gon' respect it cause this is West Texas.
We'll talk about a good old West Texas showdown with a playoff spot on the line. And of course, the San Angelo Central Bobcats were right in the thick of things and coming away with a dub tonight, 35-13 over their one-time Little Southwest Conference rival Abilene High. Well, good evening and welcome to San Angelo Stadium. I'm Manny Diaz. Let me tell you something, folks. Two difference makers that truly came to mind tonight and truly impressed me. The sophomore Ty Casey and the junior Jalen Lifesty. These guys have just been putting in work each and every week of this season. Tonight, breakout games from these guys. Certainly, Jalen Lifesty, we'll get to him in the highlights. Plus, what truly shocked me tonight, the enigma of District 3-6A and how it impacts the Bobcats in weeks to come. You want to stick around for that. But first things first, how about those Twisted Root highlights? Well, let's get to the goods. It was senior night for the mighty Central Bobcat band. These kids always making Friday nights fun. Meanwhile, it was a big night waiting to happen for this guy, Jalen Lifesty, the junior slot receiver who's been doing some big things as of late, along with the always dangerous Tanner Dabbert. The Bobcats entertaining Colton Wilson and one-time Little Southwest Conference rival Abilene High. First quarter, no score. There's a guy to watch in years to come. It's this cat, Ty Casey, coming up with a big stop here behind the line. Later in the drive, if some Casey is good, more is better. The sophomore coming up with a pick here, but loses the handle on his way down. Abilene gets lucky to get the ball back. A few plays later on fourth down, the Warbirds rolling the dice. Evan Abbey looking to the end zone, but holla at your boy Julian Potter there to make the play, keeping Abilene off the board. Second quarter now, Malachi Brown and that Central offense going to work. Brown to Tanner Dabbert, and this kid is going places. Good here for a nice 58-yard pitch and catch. What a play. Later, Central knocking on the door. Malachi Brown carries the mail himself for the 5-yard touchdown. Bobcats take the 7-0 lead, and the Central student section is absolutely losing it. Under 3 to go in the half, Malachi getting Christian Gabaldon involved, and number 3 has himself a 29-yard gain just like that. 2 plays later, under 3 to go in the half, this time Brown looking towards the corner of the end zone for Jalen Lifesty, and he's got him for the 14-yard touchdown. A Community Medical Center Play of the Game nominee, 14-0 Central. Closing moments of the first half with 2 seconds to go. Abilene looking for some magic. Ezel heaves it to the goal line, finding Frederick Johnson for the 26-yard touchdown. 2-point try no good. Central would lead 14-6 at the break. Third quarter now, Cats up 21-6, but Abilene on the move. Matthew Ezel to Trey Phillips for the 36-yard pitch and catch to make things interesting. Ensuing Central drive, Malachi and the Bobcats raising the stakes. Number 8 to the junior slot guy, Jalen Lifesty for the gain of 35. Few plays later, Brown to Joseph Kathecha getting the chain gang off to the races for a Central first down. Fourth quarter, same drive, paging Malachi Brown for the 7-yard house call to make it 28-13 good guys. Around 8 to go in the game, Brown hooking up with Dabbert, who gets loose for a pickup of 13, and the Cats have another first down. Later, the QB1 to Christian Gabaldon, and I tell you, Kevin Crane getting the most out of his receivers tonight. First and goal, Bobcats. Very next play, how about some Chris Jackson in our lives for the 6-yard touchdown to put this one to bed. Let's check that Texas Bank scoreboard. The Bobcats put away the Warbirds 35-13. Central moves to 2-1 in the district season. Meanwhile, Malachi Brown and that Central offense put in some work. Good for 405 yards of total offense, 309 yards through the air, while 96 came on the ground. Coming up after the break, the Cats talk about getting the win over an old rival, a kid the rest of the district better keep an eye on, along with that Central defense that did some flexing tonight.
Like I've told you, we got to win. Really got to win the games that you have at home in this district because of the travel and just good football teams every Friday night you go play. Abilene played really well tonight. They got after it, played extremely hard, and we were fortunate to come out with a victory. And it's always a battle when we play them. It's a big rival game, and our kids were ready.
It's just in the locker room, just saying like, "Let's go, let's get this." We're ready to play. Anybody come out, let's go, let's play. And against them, they're like our rivalry to us. West Texas, you know? So, you know, we had to come out and show out and be #1 on top.
Yeah, Ty's been playing fantastic. You know, he's a guy that we need. He's a great tackler. Goes in and plays hard at strong safety for us. Just a sophomore. Really got a lot of, you know, bright future in front of him.
Jalen Life is just such a quiet, he seems like a very quiet, reserved kid, but playing very loud in the last few weeks. Talk about what he's able to do and how much fun it is throwing the ball to him.
He makes plays. In practice, he's been making plays in the beginning of the season. He was kind of shocked, so he's getting the groove of it now, and he's just out there making plays, making routine plays, and it shows. And when you make routine plays, you score touchdowns.
He's just getting more comfortable being on the varsity stage, and it's really nice for me because he's obviously on my side, and we spend a lot of time together, and I just love watching him grow, and I love seeing him get more comfortable and more excited every week to play football.
This district, you never know. I mean, every Friday night it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a close game, and we've got 2 down, you know, Weatherford and Abilene, and you know, we got Richland next week up in Fort Worth. It'll be another big game for us, and each week you got to show up ready.
We took 1 loss in district now. We're trying to win the next 3 and make a run in playoffs. That's the next drive, I guess, next chapter.
Well, honestly, we're not done, you know? It's not yet. We're not settled yet. We need this next game up. We got to win 3 to get into the playoffs, and, you know, we're ready for the next one. You know, I'm a senior. I've got 3 games left guaranteed, and, you know, if I want another one, I got to earn it. Our team has to earn it, and just excited to keep working towards that.
Time for the San Angelo Community Medical Center play of the game. Same book, but just different chapter as the junior slot receiver Jalen Lifesty cashes in for another big week. The throw from Malachi in the second quarter to the back of the end zone was one thing, but the catch from Jalen was another. I'm serious, folks. Keep an eye on this kid. He's a big play waiting to happen, adding another weapon to this Central offense. Jalen's catch is good for this week's San Angelo Community Medical Center play of the game. If you ask me, there were 2 big takeaways following the first 3 weeks of the district season. 1, a Goliath can be taken down, and 2, parity does indeed exist in District 3-6A, and it all began and ended with Haltom. In Week 6, the Buffs came up on the short end of a shootout with Weatherford falling to the Kangaroos 66-52, but turned right around in Week 7 and shocked Euless Trinity 23-20. So what does this mean for Central? Well, the Bobcats cannot take Richland or LD Bell lightly in the next 2 weeks, despite both teams combining for just 4 wins on the season. Finishing has come in waves for the Bobcats this season, and how they finish against a team like Haltom, who's experienced win and defeat against 2 of the best teams in district, should tell us plenty, not to mention how far the Bobcats can go this postseason. Well, question marks for sure tonight out in the Metroplex as Haltom City came away with the shocker of the night. 23-20 winners over Euless Trinity? Yeah, that same Trojans team who basically had their way with the Bobcats in the second half in Week 6 fell tonight to Haltom City. Nonetheless, the Bobcats, well, they're back in the Metroplex in Week 8 against the Richland Rebels, a team who gave Central a pretty good ball game in 2018. They've seen their struggles this season, but do not discount what that Rebels team is about. We'll be with them, that's for sure. All right, before we leave you tonight, we cannot say goodbye without showing you some W&W AFCO Steel sounds of the game. Always love what the Angry Orange fan base is all about. All right, for the San Angelo Live Cover 1 crew, I'm Manny Diaz. Good night. God bless. We'll see you in Week 8.
By the Central High School Junior ROTC.
Decide yourself to play for, all right? Yes, sir. At the end of the day, let's go see what's what. Bring it up.